Good afternoon, guys. Today I want to talk to you about what trap gear I take out on the trap line. So we'll get the camera repositioned, we'll get everything laid out, and we'll get started. Okay guys, so what I have here is my trap basket, which is just a Rubbermaid garbage can and a bull pack frame. And this trash can is just bungee corded on here. And then I also carry a trapping bucket. And we're not going to go over this bucket in this video, we'll do that in another video. This bucket basically contains just minimal baits, lures, stuff like that. So we'll go over that in another video. We don't want to go through that today. So, like I said, this is my trap basket that I carry on my back. Now, I do have the bucket like I showed. And when I would not carry that bucket would be if I'm doing something that's a very steep terrain or real rocky outcrop, stuff like that, that I need both hands to climb. Otherwise, I never found it too tiresome to carry both. So with this pack, now it is a bull pack frame and a garbage can. It's real versatile. You can put different size garbage cans on here if you need to carry more or less gear. And it is a quite expensive option for the most part, but if you're carrying a lot of traps, if you're carrying 20 or 30 MB550s on a snowy trail for a few miles, you're going to want something like this. You don't want something with just little nylon straps. So in no particular order, we'll go through this pack. I'll show you what I carry, and I'll talk a little bit why I carry it. Okay, so the first thing that I think is the most important tool any new trapper can get is your 3-in-1 tool. And this basically is your hammer, your digger, and a hole punch. So all combined, this thing is worth its weight in gold for any trapper. Now I do carry a hole punch also, and the reason I don't strictly use just this hole punch is because when it gets real cold out, it's easier to put this and hammer it in than trying to just dig with that one. I also carry a piece of steel rod. This is 1/2-inch steel rod. It's about 2 foot in length, and I use this to pre-punch my holes because I would rather bend that than bend either my earth anchor stake setter or any stakes. And I always carry 2 extra trap stakes in this just in case something would break or I run out of trap stakes or something happened on the trap line. I have 2 extra trap stakes there. I carry just a piece of trapping wire. I have this actually set up right now to use for snares, so I like to throw that in there. And then I always carry, I have 2 snares in here and 2 earth anchors, just in case I'm out and about. And this stuff always stays in my gear. I also have a sifting pan to sift my dirt over my trap sets. And now this is something that later in the season I carry. Right now I don't carry this because it's still quite nice out, nothing's frozen. This is just some peat moss in a dry bag, and it keeps it good and dry for the winter months. So that's something I carry later on in the season. And then I always carry a double long spring and something larger like a Bridger or an MB550 for if I'm out and I need to reset something larger for maybe coyote or something like that. The last thing I carry is just a small military butt pack, and in here I carry a lot of tools for maintaining and fixing or repairing traps out on the trap line. So we're going to go through this. We'll get a quick close-up with this once we empty it out at the end of the video. But what else I would have in here, normally I'll also carry all my traps I'm setting at the time and enough anchors for all those traps. So that would be in addition to this stuff. What I'm showing you here is what I always have with me, just because if, say, a stake breaks or I need to anchor something in, whatever I would need to do, I have enough in this kit to do that. So we'll go through this bag and then we'll get a quick close-up of all this stuff at the end. So in this butt pack, I have a few things, and it's mostly maintenance and accessory stuff. I have some sheep's wool. I have pan covers. These are the larger square and the smaller circle pan covers. Some rubber gloves, just in case I think my hands smell from something, or if I'm going from, let's say, a coyote sets to raccoon or raccoon to coyote, and I think that it's on my hands and I don't want any scent. I always pick up sporks when I'm out at a store because they're great for scooping my bait out of my jars, like bait I make. Marking tape to mark your trap sets if you're in a location that you don't remember where your trap sets are. I have 2 different size wires here. This thinner wire and thicker wire. I use that for anything from tying out stakes on tying out traps on trees, to setting snares if I would need to. I have my dog-proof coon trap setter. This is actually a piece of rebar I made with a small notch in to set my wire for my snares. I have a tool to close and open up S-hooks. A Phillips and flat blade screwdriver. Lineman pliers. Big heavy duty wrench. I do carry a chisel, and the reason I carry this, if I have earth anchors set and the ground freezes real solid and I can't get in at them, I use this with my tool and I'll hammer out some of the dirt. So that's a real light option, something easy to carry. Some extra 22 long rifle. These are actually subsonics for dispatching game. Extra trap tags in case one gets ripped off with an animal in the trap. And then this case basically is just all hardware to repair traps. So in here I have some washers, some double stakes, some swivels, some quick links, stuff like that. So like I said, other than what I have here, of course, you would take your traps out initially that you're going to set if it would be the first day or anything like that you're out setting. If I'm just going and checking my traps, this is what I have with me along with my bucket. But for the most part, everything here, I mean, you're going to get quite well and do everything you need to do on the trap line as far as repairing, maintaining, and keeping your trap line up and running. So I hope you enjoy this video. We'll get a quick shot of this at the end. Thanks for joining us, and until next one. Thanks, guys.